Peace. Stay touching this one. Um, and I just want to make a video on a video I just seen about Dave Chappelle. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but if you have, search on YouTube and look for a video called the Dave Chappelle Theory. And I just want to start off by saying that I'm not a fan of anything or anybody, but as far as like comedy, like Dave Chappelle was definitely one of my favorite comedians next to Richard Pryor by far. I thought he was like one of the realest comedians, with his skits and his freedom of how he expressed himself. Richard Pryor had that freedom at one point in time. Now, the other comedians we got like Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, they seem to always want to conform and, make these old, like, same mediocre characters. When the Chappelle show came out, Dave Chappelle mixed it up. Every week it was something different. And like I said, I used to be crying, laughing after watching that shit, man. And like most of the people, I was waiting for the third series, man. I was wondering why the third series never came out. And you'll hear rumors saying, okay, yeah, it's coming out next month. And then you hear another rumor, oh, it's coming out maybe 2 more months. So they just kept extending it and they just kept prolonging. And I was wondering, like, why would they prolong something that was that successful? Like, what I'm saying? It was successful. Everybody was crying, laughing about the Chappelle show. I'm telling you, it was like, yo, if you was there, it was probably one of the funniest times that I have ever been in. As far, like I said, as far as TV. I don't no longer watch TV, but yeah, Dave Chappelle made TV funny. Even now if I see the Chappelle show on, I would definitely watch it. Okay, so yeah, I want to just start off by saying that. So all right, so I seen a video called the Dave Chappelle Theory, and I just wanted to check it out, and I wanted to see what the person had to say. If you want to check it out, like I said, it's on YouTube. I think the brother name is, well, matter of fact, I put the brother name in at the end. Um, but yeah, he made a great video, and like I said, a lot of this stuff is just speculation, and it's nothing that can be proven. But a lot of times when they put all these official stories out there, and then you hear another story that you never heard before, you gotta take that into some type of accountability because look, they basically put what they want to put out there for you to hear, and they have everyone repeat the same thing over and over again. But when you hear something that, wait, hold up, I never heard that before. Well, let me look into this and see what they talking about. Okay, so we were first told that Dave Chappelle Dave Chappelle claimed he stepped down because he heard a white person laugh, right? Nah, but the real reason he said he stepped down, he said he had negotiation problems with I guess with the set of making the Chappelle show season 3. Um they say he had negotiations, and I guess he had problems. Well, my thing is this, right? If he had negotiation problems, why didn't he just negotiate with another network? Why just abandon the whole project and leave it? I mean, considering that it was so successful, and he could have took a year off and came back and made the show. He never came back and made the show, and I found that to be weird, right? And then he went to Africa. You know what I'm saying? So when I knew he went to Africa, I said, nah, somebody scared him into going to Africa. Ain't nobody just gonna go to Africa after being successful and turn down $50 million. Negroes don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So this is what basically the Dave Chappelle theory is saying. Dave Chappelle theory is saying that um, it was a group of powerful blacks called the Dark Crusaders, and it basically states that these black prominent leaders, um, basically they were sending warnings out to Dave Chappelle at first. First they sent him a phone call tell, like, yo, listen, we didn't like the sketch you made last night. You gotta turn it down, like tone it down, stop making these skits, right? So then, at first it was just phone calls. Then he started getting visitors. Like here, like this one part that the guy talked about that's in the Dave Chappelle theory. He said that Dave Chappelle was in the bathroom, and when he came out the bathroom, it was three black men sitting inside his bathroom, and they said that, look, if we got in your house this easy, the next time we can be in here with your wife or be in here with your kids. And it was said that Chappelle just fainted, and they found him in the bathroom on the floor. Okay, all right. So, um, let me see. I'm just trying to just gather some of these thoughts together. Um, let's bear with me. All right. So basically, the Dark Crusaders came up with a complex, like, to make sure that the Chappelle show wouldn't go on, because basically, all right, so these black prominent leaders, they basically felt like Dave Chappelle, the Chappelle show was like bringing black people down, and black people didn't need a show like the Chappelle show because it was insulting to them and everything. So, all right, now I'm quite sure y'all want to know who was these prominent black leaders that was in the Dark Crusaders that allegedly, like I said, allegedly, I can't prove none of this stuff though, but like I said, you got your antennas up, you always, what I'm saying, gotta listen to other stories just to see whether or not, I mean, do it make sense? And this story made sense, okay? So the prominent black leaders was um, Oprah, Bill Cosby, Rob Johnson, Minister Farrakhan, Oprah, Jesse Jackson, and that's all the names that they mentioned. And I said this, say Bill Cosby. That's all the names that they mentioned. But yeah, apparently, like, Cosby didn't like his skits because I guess the energy that he painted black people in. Because Dave Chappelle, he made a lot of different skits. The black white supremacists, where he was Clayton Bixby, where that was a funny skit. I mean, but come on, that was funny, but I guess some of these people, and I'm a pro-black person myself, and I felt like that's funny even to this day. But Bill Cosby, he don't have a sense of humor when it comes to nobody else or none of these other people. So basically, what they basically were saying was they was putting the pressure on Dave Chappelle to make him stop his show, or either tone it down, either tone the skits down and make the fucking show boring as hell and make it suitable that they like it, because they was basically calling the shots. Like, who the fuck is Oprah? Oprah ain't none of my black leader or whatever. She just a fucking woman with money. You understand? Yeah, I respect Mr. Farrakhan, but I'm not under the Nation of Islam. Al Sharpton never respected him. He always, we already know he CI6. Um, Bob Johnson, don't really know too much about him, but I assume he'll fucking sell out too because he sold BET to Viacom, and now the Jews own it. Bill Cosby, it's always speculation about him. I never, as far as the rape allegations, I really don't care about the rape allegations because I know how this white media get down. But just as far as some of the statements that he had made in the past about black people, it's just been crazily upsetting. And basically that's it. So basically, what they did was it was a couple of different scenes I just want to get into. The one scene that I seen that was kind of interesting was Farrakhan caught Dave Chappelle's father, and they somehow met up somewhere. I believe it was in D.C. And Chappelle rushed down there to be with his father. He was trying to tell his father not to go because at this point in time, he kind of knew that it was prominent black people trying to bring him down. At this point in time, he knew what was kind of going on, and he called his father and told his father not to go down. So, one of the stories that the guy was saying, he said that Chappelle And Farrakhan's father, they was sitting out eating. They said Chappelle's father got up, went to the bathroom, and they said that Farrakhan reached over and said to Chappelle, "How would you feel if something happened to your father?" Like, and and Chappelle was like, "What?" Like, so these are some of the tactics that they was playing to get Chappelle to step down. You know what I'm saying? Um, Also, like I said, just one scene he said that he was in his bed, him and his wife, and it seemed like his wife was drugged, and they said that it was the three guys held him down, and one of them put a gun with a silencer to his chest, and they told him like, "Yo, this how easy we can get you," and they also said that in one instance that Oprah leaned in and said, "Dave, you better tone it down." Or next time it's gonna be over with. So the way that the guy was painting, it was like some mobster, like they was painting Oprah as some type of mob figure, which we never know, man. We never know how these people get down. Because to be a billionaire, you have to be a despicable motherfucker. So, um, I guess they was putting the pressure on Dave Chappelle, like I said, through phone calls, through sending him packages that was kind of like, you know, um, scamming them, like the phone calls, the visits, and like I said, you wake up and see somebody in your house, of course you gonna be like, yo, this shit is for real, like what I'm saying. But my thing is, I wonder why he just never got no fucking body. He got some bodyguards, I got some dogs, what I'm saying, and I would have got me some weapons. So, what I'm saying, they would have kept on pressing me like that. I would have kept on doing. But, over and on, all of them got a lot of power. So, they're able to squeeze certain things. And, like I said, they sell out so they can make doors close for other people who trying to get into the game. Because, like I said, listen, to be a billionaire, you have to be a despicable person. Nobody lands with $1 billion in their hand or whatever. You know how many people you have to step over to become a billionaire? You understand? But um, so all right, so yeah, one more thing. All right, so Dave, Dave. All right, this one incident. It said that um, Dave. All right, they had a meeting. So they had a meeting, and like all of the people, like I said, Cosby, Al Sharpton, Farrakhan, Oprah, um, Al Sharpton, oh, I said Al Sharpton, and Rob Johnson, and whoever else was part of the Dark Crusaders, they had a meeting with Dave Chappelle, and they told Dave Chappelle to tone it down. So he said after the meeting, when Dave Chappelle found out who it was, Dave Chappelle made the skit about Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they was telling him to tone it down, like stop doing the skits, or they want to stop the show. But there's certain parts in this where they adamantly just seem like they were just hating on him or whatever because of his content and what he did, what what I'm saying, about what he's showing the black. Well, my thing is this, right? How many other black people make despicable movies and shit like that, and no one say nothing about it? Now, as far as Oprah as far as Oprah friends with fucking Lee Daniels. Look at the movies Lee Daniels made. Precious. I think that Farrakhan and everybody should have, if they was pressing Dave like this to stop him from making a Chappelle show, they should have tied Lee Daniels up and made sure that the movie didn't come out. You understand what I'm saying? Look at all the despicable movies he made. What about all these other black actors and all these other black? I don't see none of the stopping of the fuckery. Like you can do the coon. Like when you should be stop. Like if you really care about black people, you should be stopping all the fuckery, not just trying to stop Dave Chappelle, whatever. Or tone it down. Like you're making black people look bad. This is what it basically was saying in Chappelle theory, and this is what intimidated him and made him drop his contract. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it was all types of stuff going on in the scene. What he was saying, Nation of Islam, jokers just pop up on the scene of the Chappelle Show 3. Staff members was coming up like they wasn't calling in, and it was a lot of different things that was going off that was throwing the whole structure of the show off. So Chappelle said he finally gave in, gave Bill Cosby a call, told him to call off everybody, and he out or whatever. And with that, they said he left, went to Chicago. I mean, went to Africa, and now he's back. But you know, now a lot of people are saying that he might have been cloned, or like he's not looking the same because he put on a little weight or whatever. But Illuminati got him. Look how long Dave Chappelle been out of show business. Just think about it. At one point in time, Dave Chappelle was the funniest motherfucker around, right? And that rhythm would have rolled. That rhythm, as funny as he was, that rhythm could still been funny 5 years later. Because if you watch the Chappelle show right now, it's funny right now to this day. So you actually don't want me to believe that he could come out with he can do the Chappelle show right now and the shit will still be funny. He has enough funny shit to where it can be funny right now. So that comedy would have never died down. What scared him into not wanting to do the show? Something had to scare him into not wanting to do the show. You understand? Something had to scare him into not wanting to do the show, and like I said, and that was it. And that was that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this though. It wasn't no more powerful white people that would have been pressing the black people to tell them no, allow the show to go down because they could all the money that could have been made. They said that the Chappelle show made $5 billion. You know what I'm saying? And they said they only gave him a snippet of what the show was worth. So they gave him a $50 million check. At that point in time, he already had made $5 billion through TV. He was getting so many viewers. So like I said, a lot of people said that he been cloned. He just came back around. Like, what I'm saying? I don't know. It's real weird. He do look different. I haven't really seen none of his stand up. His stand up is pretty much the same. But my thing is this, right? I see he got his weight up and everything, like he in the gym and everything. Most of the time, when a brother go in the gym and they start working out, they stop smoking cigarettes. I still see them smoking cigarettes, so you never know. But I'm not I'm not a real like science fiction guy that believe in the cloning thing. But that shit do exist, man. And a lot of people want to say, well, man, you going too far with this clone. Listen, they was cloning since 1955. There's a movie called The Boys of Brazil, and it showed you that they was cloning people, that the Nazis been cloning people. They been had the technology to clone people. Yeah, but They as just far as throwing out there cloning, that yeah, they they've could been clone a cloning sheep since now, and they was cloning human beings 1955. back in the 50s. Come Um, on. Yeah, but the way the narrator, like he's narrating the story and he's reading it, and it basically breaks down all his skits that Dave Chappelle did, and the narrator has a story behind every skit. But it ultimately comes down to, you know, the Dark Crusaders, which what I'm saying, like I said, consist of Bill Cosby, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Rob Johnson, Minister Farrakhan, um, Oprah Winfrey, and Whoopi Goldberg, and they all conspired to like stopping the Chappelle show, according to what this what I'm saying, little like this little documentary what I'm saying says. Um, but as far as Oprah, like like there was certain parts in it that was making Oprah look like she was some type of um crime syndicate or whatever. Like the way she was just threatening him, saying that he wasn't going to work in Hollywood no more. And like I said, that turns out to be right. Like he basically came back, and you see, like my man said, he left for $50 million. He left the comedy central deal on the table for $50 million. He came back and did another. I think he just signed another contract for $60 million. So you saying that he came six? So figure that's like 12 years ago. So 12 years ago he would have made 50 million. Now he come back 12 years later and make 10 million more. Nah, he would have been all. I mean, it just would have been crazy though. But yeah, as far as like Oprah, you know, um, Oprah don't never put no good content out there. She has her own network. And look what the hell she put out there. All these stories about these women. Oh, and these women always overcome some man or some. These are the only stories they put out there. And then she got these other shit, the prancing elite. five freaking men running around with five feminine men running around, jumping and acting like a damn fool. Why don't you put some real brothers? Why don't you never see her support no real brothers? You understand what I'm saying? So you already know what she stand for. Like, and like I said, her and Oprah, I mean, her and Whoopi Goldberg, they play in all these despicable movies, The Color Purple, and all this old stupidity shit. Like, come on, man, that's not acting either. But you want to shut this man down for comedy. He was actually bringing a lot of different people together. He was bringing other cultures of people into, African American culture. Whether he was cooning on some of the skits probably was a little bit overboard, but ultimately it was funny, and it was what it was. But you know, and also think about this, right? When Chappelle came back, who did he do the interview with? He did the interview with Oprah, and a lot of people was already saying in that interview she was throwing these different signs up and doing these different face gestures and hand signs with her. So you seen what he was saying, you know what I'm saying? So he came in front of her and basically admitted everything. And like I said, it's real weird now that you know what I'm saying, now that you even now that you suspect that these people could have had a part in his demise, which like I said, it could happen. It can happen because, like I said, people can make. Bill Cosby is very famous, and like I said, far as shutting another black man down, that's very easy to do. They can't shut no white man down. They ain't got the power of shutting a white man down, but shutting a black man down is nothing to do. Like, and then one of the parts, the narrator, he says that this is what he referenced, and I'm quoting from what he said that quote Oprah said. He said Oprah said, that Farrakhan got Malcolm killed, and she said me, Bill, and Rob Johnson got more money than God. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the parts that he referenced, that saying that, this is what she said to Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of other things going on in the like I said, the little 51-minute documentary that I left out. I'm gonna let you guys check it out though, but I'm telling you, it is very entertaining, especially coming from the perspective that the narrator is painting. It made me look at it totally different, and it kind of did make sense. Why would he just get up, drop a $50 million contract, disappear, go to Africa? You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to be threatened, bro. What black man going to drop $50 million when things going good? You know how successful the Chappelle show was? The Chappelle show was crazy successful. You understand what I'm saying? And think about it. At that time, right there, he could have took a 2 year break and came back, and it still would have been successful. You understand? So like you gotta definitely look at it. A lot of you people, y'all character worship people, and these stories that you hear about these people, you can't imagine because of how they show you these people on TV. For you to have $1 billion, no children, no schools in America for black people, and all these other, what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like, think about it. So they got the power to do this, and they would do that. You know, my thing is just there's a lot of bad content that come out about black people that's even worse. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is, I guess. But definitely check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Um, comment, like, subscribe if you can. Talk to this one. I'm out. Peace.